Next up this morning, we have a two-piece Toyota Tacoma shaft. This belongs to my customer Heather's truck. And the ask is, it's come into this audible knocking noise and some vibration, and basically what's going on. So we're going to take a look at it and see if we can help her out. So I'm going to just go up with the throttle. Watch the dial indicator. That's at the center bearing areas. Rear axle's down there. This is the transfer case then. Everybody orientated here. Jiggle the phone around. Let's watch that as here comes the noise. It does kind of turn on like a light switch. So we're going to look down this thing while it's spinning real quick. We got a little bit to go through, so I'm going to try and get through it fairly quickly. So you can hear the audible knocking noise. It's telescoping through this whole assembly now. And I've run this a little bit to just sort out what was what so I can show it and it makes sense. The dial indicators don't lie, but they also don't cancel out noise. So that's 0 at the transmission or transfer case. The reason I was saying watch the indicator down here at the center bearing is because it goes through several phases, but it's the noisiest here, but it is not as wild as it was when it was accelerating or decelerating. But you can hear the noise plainly. And so down here at the rear axle, it's just about 0 also. There's not a lot of energy there. So what's going on? So we're going to take a quick look. It's crazy. So off camera here, I could grab this piece here and the drive shaft tube and rotate them against each other, and it's a minute amount of play, 5 thousandths maybe. It just goes clunk clunk. It's not really clunk, but that's what it's transmitting though. Slip yoke's dry, never had a grease fitting in it. I can see no evidence of this thing having rough handling, you know, like U-joint changes or center bearings or anything. I believe this is the way it left the factory. I'm pretty sure of it. You can also see this is a production piece, obviously, and so we got weights whammied on there. Oops, what do we got here? That's overbalanced, so whatever they did here was too much, so they put a sizable chunk on there. And that's not uncommon on production line stuff. We're going to try and eliminate that. I'm showing this to Heather so she can see what she's dealing with. You know, everybody screams, change the bearing, change the U-joints, and like on a previous Toyota video, you know, if you take the time to actually troubleshoot these things and don't guess, the OE quality stuff is just that. It's good quality. Spicer snap tight, grease fitting U-joints. Those are the best U-joints made. I use Spicer snap tights exclusively. Spicer bearing, that Toyota OE Toyota bearing, that's very high quality. It's Toyota. Toyota has quality stuff. This is a Spicer made drive shaft. So the slip yoke being loose like that, I mean minutely loose, I think it's just transmitting that knocking noise when it spools up. Because it's never had any grease, I usually drill these and tap them, put a grease fitting in them. My first move I'm going to suggest to Heather is I'm going to remove that band clamp, slide this back, put some lubrication in it, put some good thick high-tack red grease in there. We're going to spin her again and see what we get. So that's where we're at. I'm going to send this to Heather and we're going to discuss. And you know, if it needs joints and bearings and stuff, I got all that. You know, the good stuff, not the El Cheapo crap that you just end up doing it all over again in a year. So we're going to avoid that, and we're also going to avoid making the monster bigger. You know, we're going to fix it just what needs to be fixed and not just throw a bunch of parts at it. It doesn't really need. So we'll follow up.